Everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I am actually running pretty short on time. I do not have much time to spend in front of the charts today, so I figured I'm just going to do something different, and I'm just going to give you an update on pretty much every major altcoin out there. Right, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Solana, and any other major pieces of information that you need. So just think of this like a daily market update. This is going to be done pretty impromptu, so are my other videos, but this is going to be more impromptu than the others, so it's going to just be a pretty much an update video, pretty much. So before I dive right into it, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at @theartofcrypto, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm sharing the latest crypto updates and just stuff that I wouldn't be able to share on YouTube due to time constraints, because a video needs time to film, a tweet needs a few seconds. So if you are interested in something like that, make sure you follow me on my Twitter. So Bitcoin, let's kick things off. It is currently still building a range, and by building a range, I just mean that you're sort of just hovering in between these two levels right now, and it will be in your benefit to just think of the market currently as waiting to make a big move, right? You could try to trade the bottom of the range, right? Just go long at the bottom of the range at around 44k and then take your profits somewhere around the top of the range at about 47k. But at the moment, I really wouldn't suggest you guys try to take on any leverage positions. In fact, I have been very patient over the last week. I know I have missed quite a few pumps, but I really do not mind, because at the end of the day, I would much rather hop in after a trend has been established, whether that be an uptrend or a downtrend, and I wouldn't want to get chopped up in the middle here, right? Because clearly there's no direction at the moment. I can speculate as much as I want, but at the moment the only thing I know is that there is a big range forming, and that the next move coming out of this range is going to be a pretty significant move, because you have a pool of liquidations, right? People who are going short are going to have their stop losses set above here. People going long are going to have their stop losses set below here. So just be aware that the next move is going to be huge. And honestly, the next point of support for Bitcoin is going to be I would say somewhere about 42.5, but honestly, we do not have much support in the way of VPVR over there. So again, I'm just going to stick to my previous, again, if you haven't already watched my previous Bitcoin videos, the next point of support is going to be at about 40k and about 38k. So make sure you watch these levels, and somewhere in between would work as well at 40k. So that does it for Bitcoin. And if it does go up, you're going to want to look for a break above 47,400 in order to confirm bullishness, right? And remember, the bearish order block, as discussed in previous videos, it is going to act as a pretty strong level of resistance, and I want you guys to start looking for shorts somewhere about this point. And you can see that if I draw a fib from swing top to swing low, in fact it does line up, right? The bearish order block begins at the 0.618 fib retracement, 0.705 and 0.786. So this is going to be a very major level of resistance, and that about does it for Bitcoin. Now let's move on to Ethereum. I'm not going to be setting any timestamps in this video. You either watch the update if you would like, or you don't. So for Ethereum, it's the same thing, right? We are just currently building a range. I am net short, right? I am short on Ethereum at this point right here. I should have taken some profit over here, but I was not at the charts. You can't be perfect, so you got it. It's whatever, right? There are two scenarios actually for Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? One is that again, you just want to mark down this level at 35.66. A break above this level would confirm bullishness. In fact, not bullishness. It's what it will confirm though is a short opportunity for you. So that short opportunity would come somewhere in this bullish order block. Let me just bring up my tools. So it's going to come somewhere about this level, right? And you can see that it lines up with a fib as well. And am I saying that you should go short on Ethereum? Absolutely not, right? You're just going to want to mark down a couple of levels, a break below this level at 3150, or in this case, you're going to want to look for these two levels, right? These two levels. You can think of Ethereum as just ranging in between these two levels. A break below this will, be a short signal. A break above this would be a long signal. Honestly, if you break above this right here, I honestly don't think that this is going to act as very strong resistance. Only if Bitcoin starts to get rejected, then Ethereum is going to follow. But if Bitcoin doesn't, then it's actually still bullish, right? If you just draw this pattern right here, you can see that this is sort of a falling wedge, and usually this is a bullish pattern. Not only that, if you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can see that we have these like a triple dip, right? And usually this is a pretty bullish sign. If you look at Bitcoin, historically speaking, whenever you got a triple peak, right, a triple top, this is not really a triple top, right? It's more of a 3 drives pattern. Whenever you got like triple tops, right, triple peaks, I like to call them. Don't quote me on this. Is something that I came came up with myself. It's just my way of calling it. Whenever you do get triple peaks, it's bearish. It's a bearish sign, right? Whenever you get 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, or maybe this is a little bit more, it's always bearish, right? But whenever you get 3 bottoms, right? 1, 2, 3, bam, right? Or maybe you could consider 1, 2, 3, bam, right? At the moment, it has already formed 1, 2, 3. So are we bullish? Yeah, potentially, but for now, I would just mark down those 2 levels, right? And those are the levels that I would use to confirm a bullishness. In fact, I'm really sorry that if the beginning I said I was going to talk about other altcoins, I probably wouldn't have much time to talk about that. So I'm just going to cover like the major coins, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Total 2, any other things that I feel like you have to know on a daily basis. At the moment, you can see that Bitcoin volatility index, right? BVOL 24 hour. You actually really want to pay attention to this chart because it tells you when Bitcoin is about to, go through a liquidation event or just experience like very strong volatility. And back then, right, I was talking about Bitcoin volatility being at support, right, in my private group. Again, I'm going to talk about a private group later, but not here. Right, BVOL tells you when a big move is about to come, and I was talking about it, right, for multiple days on YouTube that a big move is coming because Bitcoin volatility was at support. At the moment, you see that it has pumped massively, and just a fun little fact, right? If you scroll back in time, this pump, this candle right here, this candle is actually the biggest candle that we have gotten, like the biggest pump in Bitcoin volatility that we have gotten since the March 2020 crash, right? Over here, this was the single biggest like 1 day candle, right? And this, ever since then, you can look like 340%, 240, 211, 220. This is the biggest single spike in volatility that we have got in over a year and a half. So if you guys lost money during this dip, don't like kick yourself for it, right? Everyone lost money, everyone. So if you lost money, just remember that, money is it's just that, right? It's just a means of transaction. If you've made it once, you can make it again. It's not the end of the world. If you lose your money, you could always make it back. So at the moment, Bitcoin does seem to, like the BVOL, does seem to have calmed down. Do I think that the volatility is done? I do think so, right? Look for it to just calm down over the next couple of days. But in the event that, it doesn't, I don't think that there's going to be another move, right? You usually do not get like multiple spikes in Bitcoin volatility like that hard. Usually you'll get these kinds of mini spikes, right? Like what we're experiencing right now. This is a pretty decent spike. And usually after this, it tends to cool down, right? So expect the next few days to be pretty chill. Now, I cannot guarantee that it's going to be pretty chill, but at the moment, just looking at the charts, it does seem that way. Now, Total 2, you can see that we are still in like the middle of nowhere. At the moment, it is forming a consolidation pattern right now. Basically, just every altcoin is just in a chop right now. So I really wouldn't try to get involved with altcoins or Bitcoin. Like, just take it easy, right? Don't get involved in like, if you're not a pro trader, if you don't really know what you're doing, times like this is when you should really be taking a chill pill and just chilling, right? Because it's really choppy, right? It's up and down and up and down, like you don't have a clear direction. I would much rather wait for a clear direction, a clear trend to establish itself before I jump in. And that's what good traders do, right? Trend is your friend. You wait for a trend to form, right? You don't have to be trading every day in order to make money. In fact, some of the greatest traders in the world can make, a month, a year's worth of money in just one trade. So try to cultivate that sort of mindset. At the moment, Total 2 is still in the middle of absolute nowhere. What I would do personally is I would look for a retracement, right, at the moment to this $1.214 trillion, right? This is a key level of support for Total 2. If you were planning to get into altcoins, I would look for support here, or it does seem like, draw this pattern right here. And when it's getting to the edge, like when it's about to get to the apex, then I would build my altcoin positions here, right? Either a long or a short, right? If I'm going long, then I would set my stop loss. Like, hold on, actually, just let me draw this pattern out so that I'm not confusing you guys. So again, this is just going to be a quick little video, right? Imagine if you're at the apex right here. If you're going long, just buy here, set your stop loss below, right? For altcoins, right? When Total 2 forms this pattern, you're going to see most of your major altcoins form this kind of pattern as well. So if you are going long, then just go long here, set your stop loss here. If it goes up, good. If it comes down, you get stopped out, and that's perfectly fine. And if you are going short, then you just go short here, stop loss here, and if it goes down, yeah, sure. If it goes up, sure. Both works. You got to accept that mistakes are a part of trading. At the moment, we're still just consolidating right now. And the key level of resistance that you're going to want to see broken on total 2 is going to be 1.255, right? Once it breaks 1.255, then you can start taking longs on altcoins, and hopefully, we're going to start seeing another uptrend to new altcoin all-time highs. That is going to be the bullish situation. In the bearish situation, right, I have to discuss the bearish situation as well, then you're going to want to look for support at 1.17, 1.13, 1.07, and 1.03, and 935, right? These are going to be levels of support for total 2, right? Basically, you're going to want to use these levels, right? When let's say, when total 2 gets to this point, then you're going to want to go long on altcoins because you're on support and you can just ride a bounce, right? And it might not look like much, like this might be just a 2 to 3% pump, but you have to understand that we're dealing with trillions, T with a T. So a 2% pump is like 20 billion? Yeah, it's about 20 billion. So that is a lot of money that is going to be flowing into altcoins. So do not overlook total 2, right? This is very key. It's a very key chart that you have to pay attention to if you are trading crypto at all. Next, we take a look at Bitcoin dominance. At the moment, there's nothing special as well. You can't really draw any patterns here. At the moment, it does look bullish though, because like, let's just draw this trend line right here. It does seem like it does want to break out of it. And don't forget, whenever I talk about charts, I always like to say that the markets, right, all you can think of the markets as is, you know, it moves in phases of expansions and consolidations. At the moment, this whole thing right here can be seen as a consolidation pattern, right? Big consolidation into an area of support. I've been talking about 40 Bitcoin dominance for a while, and this is key support, right? At the moment, you are about to bounce from this key support. And if you do get a breakout of here, it's not going to look pretty for altcoins. In fact, total 2 is going to absolutely, you know, it's going to dump, right? Altcoins are not going to do well if Bitcoin dominance rises. In fact, something else to back up Bitcoin dominance is the fact that DXY looks extremely bullish, right? I don't know if any of you guys, oh wait, I actually didn't discuss it on YouTube. What I discussed was in the private Discord group. And again, you know, if you always feel like you have no idea what you're doing and you just want some daily, you know, market updates, and then you're going to want to look for the private Discord group. Over here, I'm sharing, you know, daily market updates. In here, I talk about everything that you need to know every day to make informed decisions about your trades. And not only that, you're going to get access to a trading education where I lay down everything that I've learned over the years. If you just want to step up your trading game and learn what works and discard 90% of the things that don't work, you're going to want to check out the trading education here. And as a bonus, you're going to get access to daily profitable trading setups where people are making money every single day. So like, look at this. And this guy recently just made like 1,000%, right? Or something. Yeah, there you go. So all I'm trying to say is that this Discord group is probably going to pay itself off real quick. But at the moment, DXY is still looking extremely bullish. If you just draw this trend line right here, you know, it's a similar pattern, right? The falling wedge, right? Market moves in phases of expansions and consolidations, right? This is your consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation. At the moment, if DXY goes up, Bitcoin is going to go down and Bitcoin dominance is going to go up as well. And total 2 is going to go down. So honestly, is it looking bearish? I do believe so. But you know, you just play what the charts are telling you, right? If you are trading Bitcoin dominance, then you could absolutely take a long if you do break this level at 41.24, right? Not 41.24, let me just move this tiny bit up, right? 41.3. Once you break that level, you can absolutely go take a long on Bitcoin dominance, and your TPs are going to be about 41.5, 41.76, and 42 like Bitcoin dominance, right? That's the unit of measurement that we're going to be using, right? And further TPs are going to be at about 42.5 ish, right? 42.5 ish. And you know, if you want to look for anything higher, just, you know, use previous resistances as, you know, areas of value, right? These are going to be your TPs. And yes, you can, you know, go long on Bitcoin dominance. It means that you're betting that the market's going to go down, because usually when Bitcoin dominance pumps, the market tends to go down. And one last thing is Ethereum Bitcoin, right? Ethereum Bitcoin, on the other hand, actually looks pretty bullish. If you know, again, just discussing concepts that I've spoken about like a million times, market moves in phases of consolidations and expansions. At the moment, this is a consolidation pattern, and you're going to want to look for this level right here, 0.0737, right? Once Ethereum breaks above this level, there's a very good chance that total 2 is going to break out of this trend line as well, and the whole market is going to follow, and it is going to be extremely bullish times for Ethereum. On the other hand though, if you do get a break below this level right here, let me just mark it out at 0.0714 or 0.0715 ish, right? If you do break below this level, then it's going to be sort of a short signal for you to go to this key level, like this key weekly level. You can see how the price actually came right down to the key level and bounce, right? So this is going to be super strong support, 0.0695. And if you do break below that, you know, God forbid, if you do break below that, then you're going to want to look for the point of control, right? This is going to be at 0.665. And at the moment, I'm giving you, bullish scenarios and bearish scenarios. If you do get a breakup of this level, you can absolutely take a breakout trade or a bullish retest, and your TPs are going to be at about 0.0765 and about 0.08. And this is against Bitcoin, okay? This is not against USDT. You can absolutely just go back to the USDT chart and mark it out yourselves, right? TP levels are not that hard. In fact, they're some of the easiest things that you can mark out. In fact, right now, I'm just going to do it for you. It's going to be at 3700 and about 3840. Now, the stock markets are still looking absolutely horrible, like absolutely horrible. If you remember when I talked about that 3 peaks pattern thing, like, I don't know if this looks familiar to you, right? You're getting 3 peaks, right? 1, 2, 3, and then now you've got a lower high, right? And then now you're forming a lower low. At the moment, it is absolutely not looking pretty. So that's the Dow Jones and SPX, right? The Fortune 500. If you do get a, at the moment, I know most of you watch my videos for crypto content, but in the event, like, let's just draw a fib from there to there. I'm actually giving you guys a short scenario for the stock market right now. You're going to want to go short on the S&P 500 at about 4500 and 4507 and 4516, right? And if you do get a retracement back to here and then you go down, right, because you're already formed at the moment, what we're expecting, right, is to something similar to the Dow Jones index to form, right, which is 1, 2, 3, right, 3 highs, 3 peaks, a 3 drops pattern, and then a lower high and a lower low. At the moment, you have already formed your lower low, right? You just broke below this swing low. So at the moment, if you go back up here and get rejected off of this fib level, right, which is going to be your bearish order block, then you are going to form, basically the same pattern as the Dow Jones. So, if you want to take a short, you go ahead. I know most people don't watch my channel for my stocks, but, just saying that if you, everything that I teach actually, it's applicable to stocks. So just make sure you keep that in mind. At the moment, what am I saying after talking about so many different things? Basically, Bitcoin and Ethereum is just chopping around right now, just building a range. At the moment, everything is just chopping around right now, so I suggest not to take on too much risk during times like this. Wait for a clear break in direction, right? Wait for a clear trend before you take any trades, and so that you can be safe. And as a bonus, of course, for all of you who decide to watch until this point in the video, of course, I have a bonus trading setup for you. And in this case, it is going to be at IOTX against BTC. Now, this is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love this pattern, right? Consolidation into support, right? This support is going to be the 0.705 fib if you draw it from swing low to swing high. And that is going to be your key level, right? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark down this level at 0.147 Satoshis, and you're going to want to buy the breakout. In fact, you don't even have to do 147 Satoshis, right? Buy the breakout of 139 Satoshis, right? And your first TP is going to be at 147 Satoshis, and then the rest is going to be, pretty easy to mark out. It's going to be 162 Satoshis, 178, and then you can just use the fibs, right? That'll be 187, 220, 260, and 326 Satoshis. Now, you're going to want to wait for a breakout above this level, right? So buy along with the breakout or buy the bullish retest over here, right? This is looking like, if you think this looks familiar, then yeah, go back to the DXY and it looks absolutely similar. Right, let me just go back onto the 4-hourly chart. Absolutely similar, right? You get a breakout. Sorry, let me just zoom in a little bit. So you break out, and then now it's coming back down to retest this trend line right here. And this is going to be your entry if you were, looking at IOTX. And if you've watched until this point so far, I really want you to comment down in the comment section if this kind of video is something that you would appreciate. There is no structure to it. It's just literally me talking and talking and talking. It's going to be pretty short video as well. Let me know though if you appreciate something like this. It would be a lot easier for me as well, because I can literally just speak my mind and just tell you guys what I'm seeing. So just let me know, right? If you prefer, like daily market updates, or would you prefer my usual altcoin analysis, right? Just let me know. But anyways, thank you for watching till this point in the video. Again, if you want to learn how to do this for yourselves, or if you just want to get some guidance, join the private Discord group. Link will be in the description. And for now, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.